All right, questions for Marcus?
Marcus, when you jogged on the field the other night for the first time, people kind of gave you a nice round of applause there. What were your emotions at that time?
It's been a long time. You know, long time since I've been at practice, long time since I did anything football related. And I was just, I mean, it's just a blessing, you know, just to be back out there with the guys. I mean, not even just doing anything, just being back out there. I mean, I'm just grateful. It was great feeling.
Marcus, up here in the back, are you feeling stronger now after your surgery than you did before?
I feel good. You know, I know it's a long process, but my knee feels great, and you know, I'm just taking it day by day, and it's working.
You said it's been a long time. What was the hardest part about that whole rehab process?
You know, just waiting. You know, the limitations I had. You know, I had to wait to run, had to wait to cut, had to wait to spin, had to wait to do certain things in the weight room. I mean, it was just real frustrating because I mean, I know I could do it, but I know it was for my benefit if I just waited out and, you know, just give my graft time to heal. And I mean, it's good now, and it just feels great to be able to do everything again.
Josh?
Marcus, you said it's a long process and you're taking it day to day. What's the next step in your mind of the process? What's the next hurdle you've got to clear?
You know, just putting them pads on, just getting out of my mind that, you know, when I get hit, I mean, I'm gonna be fine. That's my main thing.
And you can't do that, I guess, until you actually get hit. I mean, it's something you can't convince yourself of until it happens.
Yeah.
Rick in the back.
Marcus, this is related to that. At what point during your rehab did you realize that, hey, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to come back just as strong and as good as ever, or have you reached that point totally yet?
I would say when we started doing more agility drills in July during the summer, you know, I was doing it. I mean, I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about cutting on it at all. But, I mean, it was just coming natural again. So I'd say around mid-July, everything just started, you know, feeling like I could do it again. And that was it, really.
Marcus, two things. Does that day in Starkville seem like a million years ago? Or does it seem like it happened yesterday?
It seemed like it happened yesterday, honestly. Because I'll never forget it. You know, it really, you know, changed a lot. But we overcame it, and I mean, it's something that I'll remember forever.
Let me follow up on that. I've spoken to players that when they have an injury like yours, a serious injury, I ask them, were they scared? And they go, yeah, I was. When it happened, and you're trying to get back home and all, were you scared?
Oh yeah, I mean, I knew it was bad. I just had to face that and, you know, just go with it. But I mean, it is what it is now. 9 months later, I feel great.
When you said that it changed a lot, what do you mean by that? What changed? You said when you were in Starkville and you know, that day things changed a lot. Was it just like your approach?
Just my, you know, approach on everything. You know, it's not gonna last forever. Football's not gonna last forever. An injury can happen just like that, and it can, you know, take away what you've been doing your whole life. And you know, I realized that, and it just put a whole lot of things into perspective for me.
Marcus, I had a chance to talk to Niles Davis and ask him what he learned coming off his injury, and he said probably not to stay up and take as many shots as he's taken in the past. Is that going to be something that you think about? Will it change your style in any way?
It's not going to change my style at all. I'm still going to run hard. I'm still going to do what I've been doing. And, you know, I got Brandon, Ken, and Sean, and Mike Davis. I got a bunch of running backs. I don't have to take 30 off, not even no more than 30 carries anymore. So, and I mean, that's a good thing for me. I just want to recognize one of our future leaders, you know, Rico McWilliams. He had an injury last night, and you know, my season is gonna be every time I go out there. That's what I'm gonna think about, Rico McWilliams, because the way he worked. I mean, Monday through Saturday, and we only worked out Monday through Thursday. He worked the whole summer. I mean, he did everything he could. I mean, not the player he was, but the way he treated me. He treated me with respect. You can ask anybody in the locker room how he treated people. And, I mean, I know he's hurting right now, but I mean, he's gonna get through it because he's had an ACL before and he came back faster. So every time I go out there, that's what I'm thinking about this whole season. Running hard for him.
Marcus, it's injury a lot of guys have had. Probably some guys you know.
Yeah.
Did you go seek guys out to talk to them, and who were they, and what kind of stories did you hear, that sort of thing?
Of course, I talked to Niall Davis. I talked to Jonas Gray at Notre Dame. I talked to Ronald Powell at Florida. I mean, he's going through his right now. And I talked to Roman Harper from the Saints. I mean, he told me about his story. I mean, they just say the same thing everybody else says. It's a mind thing. You know, after your 9 months is over with, you know, you got to get in your mind that you're gonna be all right. And all those guys, they came back strong. I talked to Ray Graham at Pittsburgh also.
Mm-hmm.
He had his ACL the week after mine, and you know, it's all a mind. It's all in your mind. You just gotta stay strong, and it makes you stronger in the end. You know, a year from now, or 2 years from now, you're gonna be a better player and a better person.
You mentioned, Marcus, in the spring when you were in here, you were going to make some changes to kind of, not your approach to the game in terms of playing, but your preparation and stuff like that. I don't know if that's kind of what did you end up doing this summer that maybe was a little bit different and more attentive to those sort of little things that you kind of alluded to?
And you know, in the past, I only got in a cold tub or hot tub when I was sore, but I mean, I got in it every day. You know, I stretched every day. I was just doing the little things to, just make sure, I was doing everything possible to strengthen my knee. I ate. I mean, I really didn't eat any fried foods this whole summer. Ate healthy. I mean, just doing all the little things.
More so than in the past?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any kind of rivalry in a good way with Niall, given that both of you guys are kind of in a similar circumstance, both voted first team All SEC, despite having season-ending injuries a year ago?
Now my boy. I mean, I've been talking to him for about 2 years now, and we just talk about who's gonna have the most touchdowns, who's gonna have the most yards. I mean, it's not really a rivalry. We just, we're both fighting for that same goal, and that's the SEC championship. And hopefully we can get there.
Marcus, do you know when you'll get to put on the pads and go through full contact, and have you been in the coach's ears to say, let me get more of that than maybe I did in the past in practice?
Definitely. We put pads on today. As a matter of fact, I mean, we're not going to be full pads, but we'll have on shoulder pads. And I think I'll get a little bit in the scrimmage Wednesday also, so I'm excited about that.
So Wednesday kind of is the day in your mind that you get to go full?
Yes, sir.
This is kind of the time of year everybody kind of starts talking about, the awards and everything like that. There's mention of the Heisman. Is it hard to wrap your mind around it since you really haven't even had contact yet? What do you think about it?
I mean, I'm not really even thinking about none of that. The main goal is, beat Vanderbilt. That's our goal, and I mean, we're gonna run the ball, of course, and I'm gonna have a lot of opportunities to get a lot of yards. But I mean, like I said, we got a lot of running backs that's gonna get a lot of carries this year. So, I mean, I don't have to carry the ball over 30 times this year. So, it's just exciting.
Two things. First, were you rehabbing with Sean Carson? Is that what it is? Can you talk about any particular moment where he had to pick you up, or you had to pick him up every day? Was not,
He had to pick me up a lot. He's a strong kid. I mean, you look at his legs, and I mean, they look like they're supposed to be on somebody that's 250 to 260. And, you know, I don't think he had any, you know, like hiccups during his rehab process. He's doing fine now. I mean, just, you know, when we were running, you know, he was a little bit more in shape than me. You know, he had to push me a lot, and I appreciate him for that. He's gonna have a big year this year.
And the second part of that is, do you regret or wish that you hadn't had to carry the ball as much as you did the past couple of years?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, I love carrying the ball. You know, I love when I'm in the zone, and, you know, it's 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4. I mean, I don't even think about how many carries I got. I'm just going as hard as I can, but I mean, it happened for a reason, so that's the main.
I just wonder about the people you play against every day in practice. Some of the best defensive linemen in the country.
No doubt.
Do you have a sense for how much they help you get better? Can you tell?
I mean, you go across the board, we got, you know, probably the best D-line, I think the best D-line in the SEC. And our offensive linemen are doing nothing but getting better every day. I mean, they're not gonna see another D-line as big and as fast and as quick as ours. So when we get in the game, I kind of know it's gonna be a little bit easier. So that's good for us as a unit.
Marcus, not to knock anybody who's here in the past, but in talking with Justice Cunningham and Bruce Ellington on Friday night, they said there was more leadership in the 7-on-7s this summer, that Connor and Dylan really took it. What have you seen from Connor and Dylan, and what were the 7-on-7 workouts like this summer? Did you see more focus and more intensity from the offense?
Definitely, and defense. You know, we had a lot of people out there every time we did it, Monday and Wednesday. And Dylan, Dylan and Connor, you know, both were leading one team, Connor was leading the other team, and it was no joking going around out there. I mean, we got some good quarterbacks, and they're gonna lead us.
Marcus, two things. Who did you lean on in maybe some of those darkest days when you were still unsure how this was all going to go? Was it teammates? Was it family, coaches, other classmates? Who did you lean on?
I mean, I would definitely, you know, reach out to the other guys that had the similar injury. You know, I talked to Ray Graham a lot because he had the same exact injury, and it was the next week after I had mine. So, I mean, I would just talk to him, you know, just reach out to him and just, you know, just stay calm, you know, when it got sore and it got swollen. I mean, I just had to, you know, keep pushing and, you know, just put my trust in God. And that was the main thing.
You know, also, you're known for speaking to youth groups, and you like talking to high schoolers,
Yes, sir.
things like that. Did you let any of this change you at all? And if you did not, how come? I mean, it'd be easy to kind of go into a shell and just say, I've got to work myself back before I can do anything.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of felt like it was a test to see if I was going to break, see if I was going to just give up, because there's times I did want to give up. But, I mean, I feel like, you know, God was just testing my faith, and, you know, I got through it, and, I mean, I'm still got the love for God that I have, and I mean, that'll never change.
Marcus, you talked about the stable of running backs that y'all have. Is that something y'all talked about, is sharing the load a little more this year?
Definitely. I mean, our goal is to be the best running back group in America, and ain't no reason we can't. You know, I mean, we wanna be like, you know, LSU. You know, they got 4 guys they put in, the 4 or 5 guys they use the whole game, and they just keep pushing and pushing, and they wear the defenses down, and that's how we want to be this year.
Marcus, all this grabbing and trying to poke the ball off by the defense on every play, how are you dealing with that? And at the beginning of practice, did that kind of take you by surprise?
Oh man, I was getting irritated. All of us was getting irritated because we couldn't finish our runs, but I mean, it's gonna make us better. It's gonna make them way better. I mean, it's just ball security. That's the main thing. And, I mean, it's irritating, but you know, we just gotta get through it.
Marcus, two things. First, quickly, did you do 7-on-7 all summer?
I started doing it around mid-June, yeah.
Around mid-June.
Pretty much.
And
all summer.
where do you know Ray Graham from? Did you just cold call him after you both had the same injuries, or?
I just got his number on Twitter.
Oh, so you didn't know him before? You
No,
just
I
kind of
didn't
found
know
a guy who got hurt about
Yeah.
the same time you did.
And Giovanni Bernard in North Carolina, he had ACL also. Reached out to him.
So you reached out to those guys on Twitter and got
Yeah.
their number.
Definitely.
What kind of relationship do you have with those guys now? moving forward?
Me and Ray, you know, we still talk. And Giovanni, I really haven't. I tried to get in touch with Christine Michael.
Yeah.
He had ACL at A&M, and I heard he's doing good. So.
But you didn't talk. You never got in touch with him.
Nah, I never got in touch with him. So. Been reaching out to a lot of guys. Same thing.
Can you talk about how good this offense will be this year? When you went down last year, Connor developed as a quarterback, other guys stepped up. Now you're back now. Can you talk about how good this offense can be?
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, we got a lot of receivers also. You know, we got Ace, of course. You know, that's going to be our main man. We got a lot of young receivers that's going to play a lot this year. And we're going to throw the ball. I think we're going to throw the ball a lot more than we did last year. I mean, we're completing more in practice. I mean, that's easy to say. And, I mean, of course, we got a great group of running backs that proved themselves last year. Sean proved himself this year. We got, young O-line, and they're getting better going against the best D-line in the SEC. And, of course, Connor and Dylan, you know, great, decision-making quarterbacks.
Marcus, when you arrived here, who were some of the players, past or present, that kind of took you under their wing and you looked up to and kind of showed you the way?
I mean, I still look up to Shaq Wilson. You know, the first day of workouts my freshman year I got here, you know, he just told me, you know, go hard. We're gonna need you this year. Just stay humble, keep doing what you're doing. He's always been like a big brother to me, Shaq Wilson, our linebacker.
Anything else, Marcus? Not players?